YouTube Nation, what's going on? It's my Kenny Course. Happy June 29th. Happy Monday. Just diving right into the information, guys. Every single year, EA Sports drops new things in their game. 2 years ago, team captains were implemented. This year, we had Ty Law, Ryan Sagier, Dallas Clark, Herman Moore. The meta pick was Ryan Sagier. Whether you have a 4-3 linebacker, okay, or a 4-3 scheme, you literally have your linebacker for the year. If you do a 3-4 scheme, you have one of the linebackers set for the year. That was pretty much the meta pick. Ty Law was really good, though. Dallas Clark, not really, because of George Kittle and some other stuff like Shannon Sharp and even like people like Evan Ingram. Herman Moore, there's so many receivers, dude. So literally everyone was kind of picking Shazier, probably at least like 60% of players, and then maybe like 20% Ty Law, 10% Dallas Clark, 10% Herman Moore, etc. So this year was pretty much Ryan Sagier. So overall, I would give the team captains though a huge W. Like they literally gave you like training up to a 90 overall, and then after a 90 overall, you have to do tokens from promos. Pretty good. And like we said, like that's why you have to use the launch training, like when you get the MVP edition this year for the training boost, you get like 1,100 training. You can literally use that training to upgrade your team cap into like an 85 day one. So you literally get a bonus 85 elite. It's why it's so worth it. And Lamar and the 17 gold player packs, etc. So that's why I like that free training in the MVP edition. I would probably use that for your team captain every year. So that was this year. We have 2 years ago Shannon Sharp, Michael Strahan, Ray Lewis, and Jerry Rice. Now this one I would say Jerry Rice was the meta. So literally everyone shoots Jerry Rice because that card was so glitchy. It literally gave you one of the best receivers. Now Jerry Rice is a top receiver in the game, whereas Herman Moore it's like, There's Jerry Rice, there's Randy Moss, there's Tyreek Hill. There's so many receivers in the game, but pretty much Randy Moss, Jerry Rice are like the two glitchiest ones every year. So, but they gave you a glitchy one at launch. Like this card was glitchy. Jerry Rice, he was really good. But Sharp was good too. Strahan and not really so often. Ray Lewis is good too. Don't get me wrong, but like Jerry Rice is good. Like that card was really good. So overall, like that was it for team captain. Like team captain started 2 years ago. And then last year, 2 years ago, and now coming in for the next year's game, how to make it better. I mean, I would probably say like, can you please make it like where I guess there's more options? I know that 4 is good, and I think that that's pretty adequate, but maybe like 5, 10. It sounds stupid, but I just feel like we should be able to pick the position that's a weak zone. Like if strong safety does not really have a good launch like depth, like pick based on depth or pick on team needs or theme teams. 4 teams is kind of like a bailout. Like what if you literally have a Pats theme team or a Steelers theme team or right here a 49ers theme team, a Broncos or Ravens theme team, like it bails out theme teams even more. Like the more teams you have, the better. But the way they do it, where it's training at launch, I think it's pretty fair. Like it actually is a lot of training. Like I think that you need around 3,300 training, I think. They always break it down every year for, like at launch, like how much training you need to go from an 80 to a 90. Last year, 2 years ago was a 75. This year they started at 80 overalls. Um, and you get these at like level 20. So these team captains are pretty cool. That's why you got to grind your solos right away for EA access. So literally the training is pretty cool, I guess, because like it shouldn't be that easy. Like you should not just get a free 90. It is kind of free-ish, but you have to still earn it by like spending training on it. But it's pretty much stress free and like and then once you get to a 90, you're literally set for the year. It's literally free upgrades after that every promo for being an active user in this game. So again, there's really nothing that they could really fix it with. I really like how they do it and how accessible it is and how cheap it is to do it. I think it shouldn't be free. I think the cost is fair for being loyal too, but just give a little more more options, and also stop with the meta picks. Make it pretty even, where it's not like everyone has Zaire, everyone has Jerry Rice. It's more fun when there's more of a selection. So what are my like predictions? I mean, I really can't predict the players, but if I really had to guess, like they're probably never going to do a quarterback or a running back in all honesty. So I'm gonna say again, like receivers, corners, linebackers, and D ends. Even a safety, they're not gonna do because I can literally have a top notch safety at launch, and they probably don't want that. So yeah, that's EA for you. So team captains overall, pretty good. Level master this year was Torrey Holt, huge W. Torrey Holt was a really good receiver, like Jerry Rice, team captain. This guy was so good. He was free. He was literally I want to say a 90 or maybe a 89 right away at launch if you were maxed out level 50 at launch. So you literally could get a 90 Torrey Holt if you literally grind your tail off. That was really cool. Um, by far, by far, one of the biggest W's all year was Torrey Holt. This man was actually a really good card. It was a depth position. So even if you did not like him, he was definitely top 4 on your receiver list. You can even have 5 receivers for stamina reasons, but I would say 4 is like actually used in your offensive system, unless you just do stretch, stretch, stretch. So literally, Torrey Holt's like a huge W. Ricky Williams, by far, W. Not huge W, not huge W, but W. This man was actually glitchy. Ricky is tricky. This man was a huge dub. I actually used him the whole year. Like he was literally him and Barkley were my running backs. I don't know why, but like this card was glitchy. Like he was so good. Like I really enjoyed having like he was tricky. He literally caught the ball too. He was a good catcher. He literally ran the ball and like we always break tackle animations. It was before jukebox was a thing. So even before running back abilities, he was literally a god. Like it was a huge W, and also was free. LaDainian Tomlinson, huge L, huge L. You had to pay for him, pay coins. It wasn't even free. It was a reduced cost, but not really. Like literally, like it was like a joke. Like EA messed it. Like they dropped the ball on that one. But to be fair, it was the first year of levels. So what do you expect? So overall, for like the level system, transferring over what to do, you should even have it where we have a choice for this one. Make it where we literally have a choice. Like we can choose from like 2 or 3 or 4. Maybe one for every team. Or have it where, the level master can choose any team for theme team. I just hate how like there's not much to do with it. Like it's just like I'm stuck with this one player. Ricky Williams was good, but because I loved him, but if you hated him, it was pointless. Torrey Holt was one of the rare ones where it's like, wow, like this is really worth it. If it's like they're literally not going to do a quarterback, because then quarterbacks are like pointless then for the rest of the game. They're going to do another corner, wide receiver, maybe linebacker, D end. That's what they're going to do for next year. They can't do a position that's locked. Even a tight end is pointless pretty much. Because literally then like, oh, like we all have our tight end for the year, so who cares about all the tight ends that are dropping the game? I only need this one tight end. Who cares about everyone else? So that's what I like. They always do legends too for level master. So overall, they can't really fix level master. Like how it is how it's supposed to be. It's free completely. Grind, you get a high overall player. Just don't make it that OP, I guess, and just kind of like balance it a little bit more and make it where it's not like a locked position. Mutt Master 3 years ago was Sean Taylor. Honestly, he was really good and stuff, but like he never got upgrades until like the end of the year. So he did not get an upgrade until like April. April, he finally he got like a 97, where Pat Tillman got an upgrade in like January. So clearly, like, it was a big difference, like a 3 month gap. Like, it was crazy. Like, Sean Taylor got screwed over. Sean Taylor Mutt Master was too hard to get. You had to complete these, like, I think they called it, what did they call it? It was like team builder solos, but like many years ago. What did they call it? Um, it was like those team solos. So they had this thing called like team leader. There it is. Wow, how did I pull that from my rear end? Team leaders, you had to play like 250 solos and they're all full games. Who's gonna do that? If you did that, you were literally a slave. I didn't even do it, dude. My first Mutt Master ever was Ryan Sagier, and I actually got him like pretty right away. And it was really important because he was a user linebacker. Sagier, like literally like 2 years ago, like not this year but last year, Sagier was really worth it. Like Sagier was really good to get, pretty easy. It was the first objective. No, actually, Sean Taylor was objectives, but it was hard objectives. Ryan Sagier was actually fair. It was fair. It was worth it. And then obviously Pat Tillman was probably a huge W. He was really good in my opinion. He was small, but he always gave fumbles and he was good for quick on picks and he did cover the field in my opinion. The only problem with Mutt Master though every year is why are people getting it right away? You're gonna see the actual CC right there, August 12th. That was 2.5 weeks into the game. Literally 2 weeks in, he finished Mutt Master, 95 overall on the weekend league. Like you can literally get 95 Mutt Master and a 90 level master, and then also have a pay to win team with bundles, and then had to like pre-order Lamar Jackson. Like you can literally have it set where if you grind your rare end off for level master to be max level, you get all the power up passes. You get to pre-order Lamar Jackson. You use your power up passes on like Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, maybe George Kittle, Tyreek Hill, Khalil Mack, a nice corner, and then throw in there like a nice safety, right? And then like we're set. Like for the weekend league, and then level master, team captains maxed out and at 990, just spend all the training and use your pre-order training and get them up to 90. Have a 90 team captain, 90 level master, 95 Mutt Master, probably 87 Lamar Jackson. Always like you're set 2 weeks in. Like why are people having it where they're done 2 weeks in? These are the things that I think you need to fix next year. That's my commentary. That's my voiceover on, team captains, level master, also Mutt Master. I don't know if Mutt Master, captain, team captains, and then level master. That's my voice input. That's what I think should happen. That's what I think is my analysis on all of them. Give me your thoughts. Peace.